Hashtag story, when God says no. Anita never imagined her heart could keep hoping after so many disappointments. From her earliest years as a young woman of faith, she longed for something deeper than fleeting affection, a love rooted in God, a man who would not only cherish her but also walk with her in truth, prayer, and faithfulness. She dreamed of building a home where Christ was the center, where love was pure, and where promises were not broken. But as the years unfolded, reality left scars. Relationships came and went, each beginning with bright colors and sweet words, only to fade into shadows of betrayal. One man promised to change but never did. Another claimed he loved her but chose another. Each heartbreak made her cautious, yet beneath her guarded heart lay a persistent longing. Lord, when will it be my turn? Then came Brian. He entered her life on an ordinary afternoon. Yet everything about him seemed extraordinary. His voice carried confidence, his smile disarmed her fears, and when his eyes rested on her, it felt as though she were the only woman in the world. Most striking of all, Brian prayed before meals. In a world where so many had abandoned reverence, this simple act lit a spark inside Anita's heart. She thought, this must be it. This must be the man I've been waiting for, Excited, she shared the news with Mary, her closest friend and confidant. Mary had walked beside Anita through every storm, every tear, every prayer whispered in the night. But instead of joining her joy, Mary's eyes carried caution. Anita, Mary said softly, I know he looks wonderful. I know he says all the right words. I don't want you running into fire thinking it's light. Even the devil can disguise himself as an angel of light. Anita reluctantly agreed to pray, but deep inside, she was convinced. Brian was the one. While Anita dreamed of a godly future, Brian was living a double life. In the neon-lit haze of nightclubs, Brian thrived as the center of attention. Music throbbed, drinks flowed, and women leaned in, captivated by his charm. Among his friends, he was the king of the night, smooth, reckless, admired. One evening, a close friend confronted him. Yesterday you were wild at the club, girls everywhere. Today you're quoting scripture and acting holy with Anita. How long can you keep this act up? Brian smirked, sipping his drink. That's called balance. With her, I'm the perfect Christian gentleman. With you guys, I'm me. As long as I keep the masks separate, I win. Anita eats it all up, she thinks I'm the answer to her prayers. His friend frowned. But what about Chantel? She called you non-stop last night. You're still tangled with her? Brian waved dismissively. Chantel is fun, but she's not wife material. Anita is my future. Once I secure her, everything I want is mine. Brian, you're playing with fire. One day both worlds will collide. Brian leaned back, confident. Then I'll deal with it when it happens. For now, I'm winning. One night, Anita had a dream. She walked along a quiet, peaceful path when suddenly the atmosphere shifted. Darkness fell, and there in the center stood a man surrounded by laughing women clinging to him, vying for his attention. His face was unclear, blurred like mist, but the danger was undeniable. Fear gripped her heart. She awoke trembling. The next morning, she shared the dream with Mary. Mary listened carefully, then spoke, only to realize they were one among many. Anita, guard your heart. Anita swallowed hard, disturbed yet hesitant to connect the dream to Brian. But the unease lingered. Meanwhile, Chantel's world was crumbling. She carried Brian's child, believing his promises of love and protection. Yet she now watched from a distance as Brian sat across from Anita in a cafe, holding her hand, laughing as though nothing else existed. Rage and grief overwhelmed her. She confronted him. "Brian, you know I'm pregnant. How can you sit with her like I don't exist?" Brian shifted uncomfortably. "Chantel, calm down. I want a fresh start. You and I, it's over." Tears streamed down her face. "Better for you? You leave me with your child and call it better? You're heartless." Brian avoided her gaze. "I didn't know how to handle it. I can't be tied down like this. With Anita, I see a new beginning." Those words shattered her. But out of her pain grew determination. She could not let another woman walk blindly into the same trap. Anita deserved to know the truth. A week later, Anita received an unexpected visitor. Chantel entered quietly, her eyes weary yet resolute. "You don't know me," she began, "but I came because it's urgent. It's about Brian." Anita's heart tightened. "Go on. Please believe me. I have proof." She placed a small envelope on the table, messages, photos, undeniable evidence. Anita opened it with trembling hands. Her world collapsed as reality unfolded before her eyes. The man she believed was sent by God was nothing but a fraud, hiding behind layers of deceit. Chantel reached across the table, gripping Anita's hand. "I don't want you to go through what I went through. Please, protect yourself. Don't be his next victim." Anita wept bitterly. But even through the tears, a still small voice whispered in her spirit, "This pain is not punishment. It is protection, *." In the days that followed, more truths emerged. Brian had deceived not only Chantel but also several other women, 3 of whom carried his children. The mask finally fell. The whispers of people were cruel. Some mocked Anita for being naive. Others laughed at her broken engagement. But amidst the ridicule, Anita discovered something deeper, the mercy of God. On her knees one night, she prayed through tears. "Lord, thank you. Thank you for showing me the truth. I thought I lost everything, but you saved me from destruction. Your no is love. Your no is mercy. Your no is protection." Peace began to wash over her. Slowly, strength returned. The shame that others tried to place on her became the testimony of God's faithfulness. Anita's story became more than her own. It became a message for anyone who has ever faced heartbreak. Sometimes God answers with silence, sometimes with delay, and sometimes with a clear no. But every no carries His love. What looks like rejection is often divine protection. What feels like loss is the hand of God preserving a greater future. She wrote in her journal, "Today I cry, but not in despair. These tears are gratitude. Gratitude for a Father who loves me enough to remove what would destroy me. Gratitude for His hand that shields me, even when I don't understand. One day, He will bring the man who truly honors Him and cherishes me. Until then, I will wait, because His timing is perfect." Anita lifted her eyes toward the dawn. Her heart bore scars.